Hello friends. So today I will talk about like how you can build this application in Angular. So here I have used latest version of Angular. So let's see how you can build this application. Like what it includes. It includes a list in which we can see the details of each element, and we can go back and we can do search also. Like if you see search stone, then it will filter that item, and if you search with the year, if you pass here year, then it will give us the year. Okay, so let's see how you can build this in Angular. So here I have created a project. So with that you will get more understanding like how it works. So let me give you the structure, like what structure we have used here. So let's see. So here as I told you, like we are using Angular 19 here. So you see here version Angular 19, and with that you can build this application. So you can see with the new version do not have module and all. So yeah, here we, if you see, we do not have module, you can see here. And so let's see here how it works. So firstly, as we know, it will go from the main TS. So everything goes from main TS. So in the main TS, what we do, we bootstrap the module or application. So here we have bootstrap the component, and we have bootstrap the configuration that we are providing here. So if you see the component here, so it is so this component we are using, and we are using router outlet in our new Angular application. And also let's see the config also. So I will give the structure, so you will get more knowledge like how you can build this application from scratch. So in the new Angular version, we have provide HTTP client, and we have provide router. So if you see here, we are importing it from the we are importing from here. So from the Angular, and like you need to, this is a new way. So in the old way we are using app routing module and all, and HTTP client module, but here we have this. And also with this client, we just created a mock interceptor. So what this mock interceptor is, we just created two mock APIs, so it will give us the data. So if you see the movie here, movies, so we are using these movies, these data that you are seeing, their title, duration, budget, release date. So we are showing this information. So let me open the application. So you are showing this data here, 1 2 3 4. So yeah, you can, and how we can show this data in this format, what we use for it. So yeah, I will tell you each thing. So here let's go. So here we just created movies object array, and if we want to fetch any single object array, then here what we just need to pass the ID. Then it will fetch that data, fetch the details of that uh, record. So if I show you, like if you see its ID, its movie ID. So if you see here, it is a detail of that object ID. So it's similar like that, so we can achieve this. So as I show you also, so if you see the details, so it will show the detail of this thing. Okay, so now, so this is the, we are mocking it. And apart from it, what we have, so we talk about. So, and this routing is normally routing that we add in our project. And this routing, if you see here, this is Angular 19, so we can lazy load the component also. So previously we were using load children, but here we are using load component. So if you see here, we lazy load the component movie details. So that component is load after that, after, like when we click on that, and so then it will get loaded. This component is movie details component, this is lazy loaded. So if you see the structure here, this is movie item, this each thing is a movie item. And this is a home component. And here if you go to detail of it, now if you see, this is a movie detail component. So from here we can find out. And if you want to check the version, so here it is a version of Angular 19. So yeah, you can find it out easily. And so now let's move to the, like, so by default we are opening home component. What we are doing in the home component, we are just created a simple layout. And in that layout, what we are doing, we are just iterating the movies, whatever the movies we have. So if you see here, and like we are passing, so we have created separate component for to show that movie item. So we are passing that data here. So if you see this movies, how this movie is coming, because it is an observable here. So if you see here, this is observable, so this is come from the get movies. What is get movies is basically, as I told you, like we have created an endpoint, so we are using that endpoint, and it return us the get movies. And now let's go back again. So from here we are getting this data. And apart from it, what we are doing, we are just using like we are filtering the data also. So for filtering the data we created a method in the service. And yeah, you can also like favorite the item also. Let me show you how this favorite works. And we can favorite the item also, so you can like favorite it. So yeah, something like so it is. So if you see here, we are favoriting the item. Okay, so this how this thing is working. So we have created a function in the favorite service. So here what we are doing, we are just like here what we have done, we have just created a signal. So yeah, let's go with the basic. So this is the way to import the service, the movie service, favorite service, and this is just to filter the data. For filtering, like we added filter on the basis of title and year. So we are passing that and we are filtering the data. So now let's go to like let's check these services. Like before that, let me show you the model. Like we created interface for both the things: id, title, duration, budget, release date. And for the details we have these things. So if you can find out these details here, cinematographer and also yeah. So now apart from it, let's go to the service now. So what we are doing in the service, so this is service. So with the movie service, movies, movie details. And on the filter, what we are doing, we are filtering with the this function, filter movie list. So yes, so here we are calling this filter movie list, and with this it will call that function, and it will return us the record whatever the movies we have. Now coming to the favorite service. So in the favorite service, what we have done, we created a signal property. So as we know, for signal we need for updating the signal, we for updating the value in signal we use set. And if you want to compute any value with the signal, so you will use compute function. This is a singular, this is a signal method. So if you see here, this signal utility. So here what we are doing, we are favoriting the value. So here let me show you. So here we can favorite and like bookmark something, this kind of bookmarking the thing. And here we like with the favorites, we are, if you see here with the favorite, this is a writable signal. So here we are getting object array of movies. So with the id we are comparing and we are extracting. If we do not find the data, then we are setting the movie, setting that favorite. Otherwise what we are doing, we are just removing it from there. What splice function is doing, it removes element from an array, if necessary insert new elements in place. So if I show you console log favorites. So what it is doing, it is giving us the favorites item. So we are using signals for it. Yeah, so you can try this thing out. And yeah, with this function is favorite. Like if you see, we use this in the template. So if you so go to home component, so yeah, here we are using this. In this we are passing the movie, and yeah, with that we will find out the list. And also what we are doing, so this is a input emitter that we are using, and this is a output emitter that we are using. And now let's move to so we are highlighting the item also. So if you see here, so before that, let's go to movie item first. So what in the movie item we are doing, so in the movie item, we are showing that data. So as I told you, in the home component, with the home component, so this is the data we are passing. So here from here we are passing movie. And if you see here now, in the movie item component, so in the movie item component, we are getting this this is an input emitter, okay, and this is also input emitter that we are passing, and this is output emitter. So if you see, the syntax is changed now. So previously we were using new event emitter, some, and also all these things. But here what we are doing, we are using this input emitter and this is output emitter. It is clearly mentioned here: input and output, okay. And after that, what we are doing on this item, so in this item, so we got the movie now. So with this movie, what we are doing, we are populating the data here. So this populating the data here, like this is input signal we are getting. So we are just importing the data movie here. And so yeah, if it has all these details, and we are showing that data. So it will work like that. And is favorite, like this item is favorite or not. So with that, we are just updating that value. And let me check one thing. Okay, so here with this movie now, why we are using output, so output is basically used for passing data from child to parent. So here if you see here, we are emitting the value. So we are emitting the value like this. movie is favorited. So that is why we use this. And here, like in the home component, if you see, we calling this toggle favorite, and in this we will get that value, and according to that we mark it favorite. So this input basically used for parent to child, and this output is basically used for child to parent. So here this is output emitter, and here we are emitting the value from this component. So that this is how it works. Now let's go to movie details. How this movie detail is working? Simply here, what we are doing, we are just simply like with the param map, we are fetching the value. So for this param map here, so if you see here, we are getting this id. So when we are clicking on that, so it will update the url, and we are getting this id. From this uid we are finding the data. So if you see here, we are getting the movie id, and with the movie id, what we are doing, we are passing it in the get movie details, and in the movie detail we are passing that id, so that hash that we were using there. So this is how it is working. Movie details. So here, movie id, movie order. So dollar is basically representing this observable thing. Like, so if you see here, it is representing the observable movie details. So with this param math, this is an inbuilt function of angular. So yeah, we are using that. And so here, if you see here, this is a standalone component, because we use load component there and all. And this thing is working like that. And like if we have data in this, so we are using a sync pipe, because this is an observable here. So we are using this thing, title, poster, and all. We are simply showing all the information that we have. Last thing that we have is pipe. How this pipe is working. And so in this pipe, what we are doing, we are updating the amount. So whatever the amount we are getting, we are converting it into dollar. So if you see here, what amount we are showing currently, so if you see here, dollar, so all these things we are using. And here we are also doing $130 million. So how it is working, we are simply using this pipe. So if you see here, $1 million, where on which fields we are using this $1 million. So if you see here, let me show you where this. So in the template, in the movie, firstly check in the, so in the budget, if you see here, we are using $1 million. So this value is getting passed to this $1 million, and this amount is basically getting passed, and it is showing that value. And similar like that, there is another pipe that we box office and budget. Similar, there is another pipe which is minimum minute to duration. So yeah, here we are updating it to the duration also. So if you see here, duration, what duration we are using here. So here we are using 2 hour 22 minutes, something like that. So how it is getting converted, so here we are using this pipe. So in this, we are passing the minutes. According to the minutes, it is converting it. So if you see here, duration. Yeah, this is basic of this app. Like, if you learn something, then yeah, do like, comment, and yeah, thanks guys for watching. And yeah, this last thing, sorry, so this last thing is left. So here, what we are, so we are just like showing on the hover, we are showing this, highlighting the item. So this is work like the this highlight app highlight directive. So if you see here, we use highlight directive in the home component. So with each element we have this directive, so it is working like that. Okay, thanks guys for watching. If you have any question and doubt, just comment it out.